Only 3% of people actually understand crypto, while the rest sits around making excuses, doubting or calling it a scam. And if you are in the 97% just brushing this off because it seems too risky or complicated, you're letting opportunities slip through your fingers. You're letting ignorance keep you broke. I think the biggest reasons why people are still insanely ignorant when it comes to crypto is that we as humans naturally repel what we don't understand. You need to understand that this is something new, even though for some people that are already in the crypto space, as for example me, I think it's not something new. It is something of this new cycle in general, and it's a lot of new things coming up in the space every day, which might confuse even people or myself, but it doesn't mean that crypto is new. The concept has been around since 2010, and in the first couple of years, obviously everyone would speak against crypto, Bitcoin, no one would take it serious or even understand it. I was a part of that. Somewhere I heard something about Bitcoin, but it was way too complicated, I was way too young to understand it, and only when Coinbase came out and the App Store, I started to actually buy crypto. My first crypto that I bought was Ethereum at probably $2 per Ethereum. Now I understand that most people think it's too complicated, it's too complex, they cannot use it. And again, let's go back to the basic human psychology, which basically states that people repel what they don't understand. People are scared of things they don't understand. On top of that, we need to understand that we are talking about a topic which is money. And money is already something that is insanely difficult for most people to grasp. We never have money education. We never learn anything about money management or even about the emotions that are connected to money, where most people would be insanely emotional when it comes to money in general, and they don't even know how to manage their money in general. Now, most people live from paycheck to paycheck. Every night they fall asleep with the thoughts of how to make the next payment and ends meet. And obviously when they wake up, they need to work towards paying their bills. And that's how this cycle, this vicious cycle continues and continues. So people actually don't even have time to ever start to research anything or to investigate crypto, for example, or anything else such as hobbies or being creative. So the system was set up, and I call it the financial slavery system, with the respect to real slavery. But if you understand how they hook you into this, and once you are hooked, you don't have any time. So this is a problem that most people just don't have time to invest into anything in general. So people don't even have time for anything in general. That's the second thing that obviously goes against why people are still ignorant about crypto. I think once people understand the power of crypto, they would have gotten in way earlier. But it's like that with anything in life. It's a business opportunity. It's crypto, it is anything new that people don't have time, the capability, the power, the mind power, or even actually just in general the resource to grasp it and understand it. I think in the end of the day, crypto is an amazing system. It's something that is revolutionizing the world, and day to day it's gaining more and more attraction, and more people are getting into it and understanding how powerful it is, because people are sick and tired of the normal financial system and they want to do something against the normal financial system, and the only way they can break free from it is using the new technologies such as crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other things. Now, decentralization is another very important topic that we need to talk about when it comes to crypto, which is also attracting a lot of people, but especially giving people the opportunity to participate in the financial system without even having a passport, a bank account, or whatsoever. So decentralizations, or the so-called dApps, decentralized apps, can be now used by everyone that could normally not access the normal financial systems. There's countries such as Morocco or continents such as Africa where many people are unbanked, means they cannot use a bank account. So all of these things, and crypto obviously growing, becoming way more reliant, becoming way more regulated, more exchanges and easier ways of adoption are growing on a daily basis, and that's why people will definitely 100% use it more. But still, the very big problem is that most people don't use crypto, don't understand crypto, don't want to understand it. And I guess that's a people's problem and not so much a crypto's problem. But the thing is that the people that see the trend and that are positioned in front of the trend and the narrative always win. And the people that come too late come too late. Look, you need to understand that back in the times, we were in the times of who is the strongest. Means who was born as the strongest, most physical fit, most mentally fit would survive the times, right? Then we came into the times where it was very important in which area, or especially in which family you were born into. There were families that were kings and rulers. There were families that were born into the church, basically, and then you had a certain hierarchy attached to you depending on which family, which name, and where you were born. Then we came into the times of information, which means who had the better information won, who went to a better university, changed lives, right? So who was smart who was smart enough and who had the opportunity to go and get right information was ruling the world. Now we are in the time of adaptation, which means who adapts the fastest wins. So who can understand the changes of the market, who can change in general the fastest and adopt new things will win. And that's why the fast adopters of crypto and people that went into these markets very early, not saying that you should have become the best trader in crypto, but just understanding where this is going, a little bit of thinking of how this can impact the future and how high the probability, because at the end of the day, it's all a probability game. And if you would have sat down as I did a couple of years ago and just think about how the money system works, how the hedge funds and the institutions also need to come up with new things to make money, and how insanely scalable and how many different things you can build on crypto, it is sure that it will one day become the future, and that already happened. So I'm not saying it's too late, but you should definitely get into as soon as possible. And obviously, if you need guidance, there are many communities, such as my community, the Trading People Revolution, which was the very first international community that started to educate people over 8 years ago about crypto, the markets, trading, investing, and all of these things. So if that's something you're looking for, shoot me a comment or a message. We are here to help you. But in general, you can research for free on the internet. There's a lot of videos like these ones, my channels or many other channels that break down the crypto markets and where you can invest or you could invest. Obviously, never financial advice. I even have my own Miguel V's crypto channel. If you put that into YouTube, you will find it, where I give extensive information about the market. So there's a lot of free information. And I think people are ignorant because there's a lot of information, because there's a lot of information overwhelm. And I think people don't understand what to do and where to start. And therefore, there are communities such as mine that have done it successfully over the 8 years and many, many more years to come, because this market is not going anywhere. It's just gaining more attraction. Now, especially with Trump that is now in office, he is a very crypto-friendly guy. So that means people that rule the country right now in all the different departments of the government, they are crypto-friendly. That will loosen the crypto regulations, which makes it easy again for people to get into crypto. And nowadays, it's very easy to get into it because you don't need to be a tech-savvy person to understand crypto, whether back in the time you nearly needed to understand so much about tech and how all of this works to really understand crypto and use it and send and be part of this whole system, which again, nowadays is not needed anymore. So I think if a couple of years ago people said it's still too complicated and people were ignorant, I completely understand that. But nowadays, it's just a stupid excuse to not understand crypto. Many times I get people saying that crypto is like gambling. I say that crypto is not gambling, but gambling is when you don't know what you're actually doing, okay? So we need to understand, first of all, and dissect what is gambling. Gambling means you are betting on something going up or down. For example, in crypto, price increases, price decreases. Whether the bank always wins, so preset, right? Before you even start to gamble, the odds are higher on the exchange side or on the gambling side or for the crypto coin than, for example, a fair 50-50 chance of it going up or down and you making money or losing money. Now, in the casinos, it's like that, right? In casino, the odds is always on the side of the bank. That's why we always say the bank wins. But in trading, you have a 50-50 chance. Either you're right or you're wrong, and either you hit take profit or you hit stop loss. Now, the cool thing about trading at the end of the day, that it is gambling if you don't know what you're doing. But if you add information and you actually learn trading, you can increase the odds insanely high, right? So for example, in trading, as I'm a trader since the last 8 years, very profitable in crypto, forex, and stocks. I basically trade every market, meme coins, NFTs, and so on. I understand there's certain ways with technical analysis, fundamental analysis, understanding of the market, and obviously pattern recognition, but also a lot of experience in the market, that you actually can increase the odds very, very high on continuously making more profits than losses. Now, trading doesn't mean you always win. Trading means you win more than you lose, right? And you have a very good risk, reward, and money management setup. Now, risk, reward, and money management is something that we never get taught in school or anywhere, obviously, because as long as we stay dumb about money, we just follow the normal financial system. We enrich the wealthy and we enrich the countries with their taxes, because if you would understand how the financial system actually works and how crypto actually works, and that's why people love crypto so much, and they even gamble in crypto because it projects an opportunity into the future where they could get out of all of this. That is why crypto works, because there's a lot of people out there that really want to change their lives financially, and they're desperate and they're looking for solutions. And that's why crypto will continue to grow, because the monetary depression, the economical depression is going to continue. So people are pushing crypto anyways. And there's people obviously that gamble on crypto. They just don't know what they do. They just buy random meme coins. And obviously I would never do that. I would learn the basics of trading, how to do technical analysis, how to understand the market. And there's a lot of patterns. For example, if the dollar index, which represents the strength of the US dollar, and there's certain news that come out in a month, if they are positive, then market rises. If they are negative, market goes down. that's normally what happens, right? There's like I would say 99% of the times, if that really happens, these bad or good news, then market reacts in the direct opposite way, right? Which we kind of understand then, and then you understand the correlation into the other market. So there is ways to foresee with different tools and with experience on where the markets are going. Obviously, again, never 100%. With risk management and money management, we make sure that we profit more than we lose. So trading and crypto is not gambling, but it is gambling if you have no idea. So that's why education should always be first, and not starting to do it yourself. Having a mentor, having a community, and having a system that teaches you exactly how to do it. And I don't mean YouTube videos. Obviously, you can learn a lot on YouTube. I'm not saying that you should not do that. That would be paradox, because I'm recording one of these videos and I think I'm giving great advice with all of my experience. But I'm saying if you really want to learn the skills of trading and investing, you should invest some money into it. You should have a mentorship, a community, and you should have a red guideline, a red line you can follow at the end of the day, not just randomly watching videos, because you will miss very important information. And information changes situation. And if you don't have the information, you're just going to lose and you're just going to gamble. So you actually choose if you want to gamble or if you want to make real money in crypto. Many people think crypto is a scam except for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the most known cryptocurrency. It was also the first one which kind of came up with the whole concept of the blockchain. And that's something that will always be honored. And Bitcoin will probably most likely always be the number one in market volume on how many people have their money in there. And it will always be the legendary coin because it was the first one again that initiated this revolution. Now, Bitcoin obviously is at the end of the day a very strong coin because it represents a certain psychology and how people think and a certain trust. It's like the monetary system. If the monetary system would not have trust, it wouldn't work. So if I wouldn't trust that if you give me 50 euros or $50, it's $50 or 50 euros, then the system wouldn't work. The same is for Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin actually, on a technical side and on how fast it is and all of these, let's say, benchmarks, right? Technical benchmarks on how fast, fees, and so on. If you are sending Bitcoin, for example, to someone else, these benchmarks are pretty slow. There is better solutions for it. There's better blockchains. There's better and faster and cheaper ways to send money on the blockchain. But Bitcoin has a very strong value and a value proposition that comes from people knowing it. So we always say attention is currency. What has the most attention, what most people know, is always going to be more valuable, right? Imagine you come with a gold brick and no one knows what it is. Imagine nowadays you have a gold brick, people know what it is and it has instant value, right? It's the same with a watch, for example. A Rolex has a value because everyone knows Rolex all over the world. I could go and sell this watch, it doesn't matter where I am, right? And get more or less the same price for it as I would get it back where I bought it in Switzerland or whatsoever, you know what I mean? So there's inherited value by attention. People know the brand, people know the name. That's the same for Bitcoin, but that does mean, very important, it does mean that other crypto coins or crypto in general is a scam besides Bitcoin. There's Ethereum, there's Solana, there's different chains, there's different value propositions and different values that other chains and other coins give, and you need to choose. But some of the biggest ones are obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Ripple, and so on. And if you invest into crypto, right, there's different ways on how interesting the market can be for you. It's either one of them. It's either you're just interested in trading and making money, or you're really interested in the technology and you're more like a long-term fundamental investor and you're trying to predict into the future what kind of systems and technology will be used in the future, right? There's very good systems that can be implemented in the companies and different coins and different projects that focus on different value added to certain areas in life or to make, let's say, normal processes as we have them in our economy and life better, right? So there's different ways on how to see that, but I would definitely not say that other crypto coins, just because they're not Bitcoin, are scams. Every cryptocurrency has their certain advantages and disadvantages, but it doesn't mean that Bitcoin is the only one that you should look at if you invest into the markets, because especially when it comes to trading and investing, as of right now, we really don't want to go into Bitcoin anymore. We rather would accumulate Ethereum, for example, because Ethereum is still very undervalued compared to Bitcoin, right? So we would rather look in Bitcoin, but that's more because I am for the outlook and I'm in it for the money, right? Not so much for I love Bitcoin and I believe in Bitcoin, which I do, but it's not like I'm investing out of an emotional reason because I love Bitcoin. I invest because I want to increase my portfolio, make more money and add more value to my life. So I want to check and focus especially on coins and into investments that can give me the max outcome at the lowest risk as possible. Pretty sure that people that ignore crypto today, as everything else that they ignored before, just miss the opportunity. And one of my mentors always said, poor POOR means passing over opportunities repeatedly, and that's what people actually are doing if they're not into crypto. Now, crypto is not for everyone. The financial markets are not for everyone, and some people just decide to be broke, busted, and disgusted, and that's okay. Some people don't want to go into the markets and actually make more money. Some people are happy or semi-happy or semi-depressed in general in life, and that's okay for them if they want to stay like that. But I think if you want to add value to yourself, to your life, into your future, having financial means, which is always connected to freedom and living a better life, then crypto is the best way to get into it. So I guess if you want to start in crypto and you want to make money in crypto and you want to understand all of this, actually I could send you into different directions, but the best one is the one that I followed for me, and I helped over thousands of people doing that. We, as the largest trading community in Europe, Australia, UK, and many other countries, we actually do exactly what you need right now, and that is the right education, the right guidance, a step-by-step game plan, mentorship, live trading, and a system that makes it easier for you to break down the markets and actually become a profitable trader and investor. And all of this is inside of TPR, our Trading People Revolution community, which was the first one, started over 8 years ago, and we were the first ones to officially teach over online courses. Before all the other courses started, we were already there teaching people about the markets. We don't only focus on crypto, but forex, stocks, and so on, but especially for crypto, because that's where we are making most of the money right now. We have different systems and different schooling programs to educate you, help you, and we are a very friendly community all over the world that is ready to meet up and help you personally.